And the funny thing about addiction is that it has to beat the, see guys, it has to beat the last one. What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Presh, Hairnegise here. So guys, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about addictions. Well, let's get right into the video, guys. So this is like one very sensitive topic, and I know that a lot of people have this problem. I inclusive. You're looking at one of us. So guys, let's just have a chit chat. Let's have a talk. What is addiction? I'm going to be reading from a dictionary on my phone. Addiction: a state that is characterized by compulsive drug use or compulsive engagement in rewarding behavior despite negative consequences. A state of being addicted, devotion, inclination, a habit or practice that damages, jeopardizes, or shortens one's life, but when seized causes trauma. A pathological relationship to mood-altering experience that has life-damaging consequences. If you look at all these meanings, right, there's a pattern with addiction. It has a form of, it brings forth a form of damage. It brings forth a form of jeopardy. It kind of closes its gaze or its eyes to consequences. So like, addiction has a lot of effects on people, has a lot of effect on humans. I'm talking strictly about human beings right now. So addiction has a lot of effects on you as an individual. It has effects on your work. It has effect on anything it is that is connected indirectly or directly to the act of addiction. An addiction can come in like different forms. It's not until you are a chain smoker that can't smoke, like you have to smoke every 2 hours or every hour before you know you're addicted to smoke. Like, addiction it doesn't have to be the worst things, let me put it that way. So that you love drinking and you get drunk like every other day doesn't mean that somebody else that likes sugary things a lot is not also in addiction. So addiction may not necessarily be like the health altering kinds of addiction, you know, like smoking, drinking, so many other serious negative kinds of addictions. It may not necessarily be that in itself. It could be the slightest thing. Do you know that sleep can be an addiction? I said it. Do you know that watching movies can be an addiction? Do you know that too much food can be an addiction? Oh my goodness. I'm trying to like imagine people that are going to come for me right now when I tell you that I am one of those people that have addiction. I am. So I'm going to talk to you guys about myself, and it's not something I've really done here before. So give me a soft landing with your comments, give me a soft landing with your listening, okay? So I like using myself as a typical example because I have all the facts, right? So I do not like using some other person because, hey, I don't have all the facts, okay? So with myself, this is it. I was, and you know, okay, I use the word was. I was seriously addicted to watching movies. In fact, before we talk about this, watch this video. I'm going to leave a clip right now on the screen. You guys should just watch it. It's a very short, it's kind of funny, but the message is basically what we are going to talk about today. So you can see in that video, the man kept watching Netflix, like, okay, I'm going to be done with this movie and then I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to be done with this movie and then I'm going to do the study. I'm going to be done with this movie, then I'm going to, call my friends. I'm going to be done with this movie, then I'm going to call my parents. I'm going to be done with this movie, then I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm going to be done. But guy did not stand up from the couch or from his bed. He did not stand up. Time just kept rolling in and rolling out, and he was just moving from either from one episode to the other or from one movie to the other. My addiction was seriously seasonal movies. Now, seasonal movies are quite addictive. You all can remember when Game of Thrones came up. There was a lot of game of everything everywhere. Game of this, game of that, game of this, game of that. Game of Thrones was super, super, super popular. I don't think any conversations happened around me that 80% of the conversations around me was not Game of Thrones. In the bus, it was Game of Thrones. At work, it was Game of Thrones. Everywhere I went was Game of Thrones. So people were really talking about it. Twitter was Game of Thrones. So it was, that's how deep that season of, like, the movie Game of Thrones was, right? Now, on my own, I kind of fell in love with seasonal movies because they were like long stories that I almost never had an end until they eventually ended. So I really loved watching Game of Thrones, and also loved watching a lot of other seasonal movies before Game of Thrones. And anything that has a series just has a way of roping you in, and even in and more and more and more. So I realized that I was in love with seasonal movies, guys. I was so much in love with seasonal movies. It started small. It started from Merlin, and then Legend of the Seeker, and then Vampire Diaries, and then I was now into vampire movies, and then I looked for a lot of vampire movies just like that. So I realized that I'm addicted to movies. Like, this girl is addicted to movies. And then when I got the chance, I started visiting the cinema. And of course, like, someone that likes movies would love the cinema, right? I know I've paid 10K to watch a movie in a cinema before. Yeah, I did it. About 9,000 something. That's what I 10K. Because you calculate transportation. I've paid 10,000 naira to watch a movie before. I was so curious. What's this movie like? And the trailer was not even out there. It was a 3D foreign movie, and 3D. I was like, 3D. No. It was 7D, I think. That's 7D or 3D, one of the two. I was like, I want to watch this movie. I paid that much to watch that movie. So, guys, addiction is an addiction. And I realized, because each time I'm doing it, I'm happy. Each time I'm watching a movie that's interesting, that's intriguing, that is like exercising almost of my senses, I'm happy. It's sweeting me. But after the movie, I don't know if the emotion secreted when you're enjoying something is the dopamine. I'll check to be sure. But there's that emotion that is being secreted when you're doing something like your mind is engaged in an activity that's interesting, that is sweeting you, that is, doing you tori. Like, but after everything is over, then it's like you now eventually come back to your reality. And your reality is just like, your reality is not even something you really want to be in tune with without that feeling. And then to find that feeling again, you have to go back to the movies. You have to find a movie that would beat. And the funny thing about addiction is that it has to beat it has to beat the last one. If the last one you had, the last experience you had, you are in an addiction situation, right? Let's say it's movies, like me. You watched a movie. I remember when I watched Extraction, I was like, God, this movie is bomb. I loved Extraction. Every other movie I was looking to watch after that one had to beat Extraction, and it had to be something related to it but something that would be more interesting than extraction. Crazy, guys, crazy. So addiction only gets worse. That's what you should know. It only gets worse. So if you're addicted to something now, and you engage in it today, the one you're going to do tomorrow must beat the one you did today. If you do not beat it, you will look for something that will beat it. Like, you must find it. That drive to find it will just be inside of you. So, guys, how did I overcome this addiction? Now, one way I actually tested myself was that I went and got lots and lots of interesting movies. I bought a flash drive. I put those movies in the flash drive. Now, I'm the kind of person that if you give me your hard disks or you give me your flash drive, I will find movie first if I find what I actually want to copy. Yes, I'm the one. And the last laptop I had crashed because of viruses, because I would always copy movies from people's hard drive and flash drive without even, being scared of virus or anything. If I just see movies, guy, I'm taking everything. When I now go, I'll now sort out the ones I like, the ones I don't like, delete, and then store. So it was that bad, guys. It was that bad. It got to a point that my laptop had only movies. Only, like, when I say only movies, not the one I have now, the one I had before this one, the one that crashed. It had movies, tons and tons of movies. To the point that when I was cleaning it out, after it crashed, I was cleaning it out. The size of movies I took out was like half of the hard drive. It's crazy. So addiction only gets worse, and when you have to know yourself, you have to observe yourself, you have to watch yourself, you have to be in tune with yourself to know when you are entering addiction, know when something is becoming an addiction, and stop it by yourself, because you are your own accountability partner. Somebody else may not be may not give you the accountability that you need as much as you will give yourself. Do you understand? You're the one wearing the shoe, you're the one that knows where it is paining you. Good. So how did I overcome addiction? So I told you guys, I put movies in this flash drive. I took it along with me everywhere. Now, it was so serious that even if I go to the library to study and I have movies in my system or my phone, I will end up watching movie and not reading my book. Only if maybe why I went to the library to study was for something that was closed, like an exam that was closed, then you now see me like being all serious and everything. But a lot of people say they had boyfriend distraction when they're in school. They had party distraction when they're... My distraction was movies. Guys, I don't understand how boyfriend is supposed to be your distraction. My own distraction was movies. Yeah, my distraction was movies. I'll be looking at my system, the same system I have to use to study, the same system that has all my materials and all my books, it's the same system that has my movies. What is stopping me from clicking the folder that has movies and start watching movies and forget about the book I wanted to read? So I am in love with hard copies. I have lots of books, hard copies, plenty of them. I have lots of books, hard copy books. This textbook, just recently got it from one store in Yaba. They delivered it to me though. But guys, see this textbook. This is simplified reinforced concrete design. So this textbook has soft copy online. It's free, you can even download it. But I think I spent about almost 4,000 naira on this guy, because hard copy and soft copy, it's not the same for me. I will explain. Now, for soft copy, I get easily distracted when I'm reading soft copy books, especially if they have long pages. But for hard copy, when I'm roped in. Like, my concentration is more when I'm reading hard copy books. I don't know why. Maybe because of the whole addiction thing I started earlier on. So I realized I found myself getting more of hard copy books than I'll get more of soft copy. If I'm having a soft copy book, it is just that maybe I don't have the money to buy the hard copy version, or I can't access the hard copy version. So that's like it for me. And you have to watch yourself. I realized there was a time I deleted all the movies in my system. It was like, you know, when somebody that takes cocaine has not had it in a while and they are itching and they are scratching, you watch movies that show you that kind of thing. I want to go to bed so that I can replay the movies I watched in my head. I said that I'll lie down to sleep, and what I'll be picturing before I sleep is one of the recent movies I watched that I really enjoyed. I'll try to picture it before I sleep. Guys, I was addicted to movies. It was terrible. But I watched myself. Did I pray? Yes, I prayed. I'll tell myself I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this video today. I'm going to go somewhere for an event today. I'm going to go see somebody today. I'm going to go to the market, come back and cook. I'll tell myself this is the thing I'm going to do. Then, all of the sudden, if I see a movie that I'm interested in, all of those things I said I was going to do is going out the window. Out the window. With no regret at all. Like none whatsoever. Like, well, of course with regrets afterwards, but in the moment when the movie is happening and I'm enjoying the movie, no regrets. So, and what I do now is I try to follow shows that are short. So you see all these movies on YouTube that are like, they are series. I'm still in love with series, guys. I've not been able to break that bondage yet. I'm still working on it, okay? But I still love the series movies that are in series, and they don't post everything at once. They post it maybe every 4 days, every 5 days, right? I don't cram the dates so that I don't anticipate it too much. I just know that so long as I've watched a full video of it before, YouTube is definitely going to suggest it again, right? They are going to suggest it to me again. So when they post their next episode and I'm watching it, I go for the ones that are short, not longer than 30 minutes. Even when I'm done with that episode, I still feel like, why can't it be longer? You know? So that's it in a nutshell, guys. Watch yourself. Put boundaries around you that will curb your addictions, and you will see yourself slowly drifting away from that addiction. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for watching every second of this video. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like the video and leave a comment. I'm not going to scratch your eyes. You can talk about your addiction in the comment section if you've had one, and how you've been able to overcome it. So guys, till next time, stay safe. Make sure you wear your masks and pray for your loved ones, for them. Also, be good. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.